Hey guys, welcome back to the Independent Investor Channel. My name is Ryan. I thought it'd be fun to come out and offer some newest growth picks that I picked up just this week. It'll be for the month of June, certainly moving into the month of June. Historically, May has been sell the market and go away. Hasn't proven true so far this year in 2019. Stock market's just on fire. Wanted to add a little bit of consumer discretionary back into the portfolio. That's where you see one of the holdings here, bookings, added back into the portfolio. Wanted a little bit more exposure on the growth side of the house. These are the companies as I combed over. You'll notice Amazon and Facebook are not on this list. Just based on valuation on the Amazon side and some risk that I identified in Facebook that I just didn't feel comfortable with. But I thought I'd throw these 5 stock picks out there so you guys know not only what I'm thinking, but what I'm actually doing, okay? Where I differ from a lot of YouTube channels is I actually do this stuff. Here in the green, I've actually identified how many shares of these positions that I've taken. This is not monopoly money. This is real money, all right? So these are the positions that I've taken. Number 1, PayPal Holdings, just a phenomenal growth name. In the other Roth IRA account, I've got Visa, which is my legacy holding in the payment space. PayPal is my aggressive growth in the payment space in my account, all right? So this will add a little bit of buffer, a little bit of growth exposure. Very, very exciting. It's really an industry leader. It processes over 12 million payments per day, and they've really revolutionized the payment transaction between businesses and between individuals. And very exciting company. Want exposure to it for the long term. Each of these holdings here, you guys are going to notice growth exposure, no dividend income in each of these. We are looking for capital appreciation in each of these names, all right? So not boring dividends. These are exciting. You're going to get above average price movement in some of these. And some of them I actually feel are an interesting entry point into each of these stocks. CRM Salesforce, I've owned over the years. I've made a ton of money with CRM. Still very much believe in the cloud business. Both CRM and Adobe premier cloud plays. On a valuation perspective, the CRM is by far the most expensive company out of these. So enter into salesforce.com to add a little bit more cloud exposure. They are the dominant player in the cloud space. Next on the line is going to be Adobe Systems. We picked up 5 shares of Adobe. Adobe just has a phenomenal management team, an excellent technology company to get exposure. I also needed to increase a little bit of exposure to tech, and I thought no better way than to grab that exposure through Adobe. Trades at about 30 times forward earnings, so not a cheap stock by any means, all right? This is not for the faint of heart. This is not something that I want to see new investors just jump into these holdings. However, an alternative idea to think about if you are interested in investing in these companies carry with it a higher than average share price, okay? Now, I don't want to say that the shares are expensive, okay, because you're going to have to pay up on the multiple to get into these growth names. But if you do have M1 Finance, they do allow partial share investing. So if you did want to grab 1/10 of a share of PayPal and get a little exposure to the payment space via PayPal, you can do that through M1 Finance. All right, and eventually you start to work up to multiple shares of the company. Just a little caveat to throw out there. Bookings Holdings has been one of my favorite consumer discretionary names. It trades at a forward valuation of around 20 right now, so actually fairly inexpensive. Their forward price to earnings to growth ratio has actually come down about as close to 1 as I'm going to get it. I don't believe that it's going to go below 1 because these folks are making money hand over fist. These guys are the dominant player in online booking and vacation strategy. It's really a play. I think you can play on the travel business, millennial folks getting older, looking into that. That's why the cruise business is so attractive right now, the airlines business, but Booking Holding is going to benefit from all of it, all right? The last one on the list here is Google. We've picked up 5 share of Google as well. Google is a name I've owned in the past. I've made money with it every single time I've owned it. This is just a money-making juggernaut. in the online ad revenue space. They are the dominant player by far. Google is not expensive. Google trades at about 28 times forward earnings, and for a growth company of this magnitude with as much money that they have on the books, guys, I'm not doing a deep dive into why I chose these. Multiple hours of research go into determining not only the amount of shares that I purchase in these companies, but also how they fit into my portfolio. All right, these have to fit. Communications, consumer discretion, obviously technology. They have to fit into the portfolio as appropriate. All right, and each one of these have given me an increased exposure to each of their respective sectors, as well as given me a little bit of an edge and given me a little bit more growth exposure in the portfolio going forward. So these are my top growth stocks for June of 2019. I couldn't find any better on the landscape. You know, a couple of these companies, most of these are multi-billion, these are over $100 billion companies. So very, very huge, very established, but they're making money, and they're making money hand over fist, and it's something that I want to be part of going forward in each of these holdings. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoy the message that we're putting through, hit the subscribe button for me. You'll be notified of future videos. Leave your comments at the bottom. If you have other growth ideas, strike up a community discussion. Leave your comments in the comments section and share the video with anybody out there that you know can benefit from the information. Hit the thumbs up button, and always, as always, guys, good luck in your investment future.
Thank you.